I wrote this article about the 4 investment grand slams, and I had publicly recommended 3 of them just in the last 6 months. And so to lay out the criteria for a grand slam, I got 4 bases. You know, we got to load the bases up just like baseball. The first base, it's got to be it's got to be able to settle in a currency that can't be seized, like Bitcoin. It's got to be private. So no AML, no KYC, no 1099s, no FACTA, no FBAR, no reporting requirements. It's got to be private. That's the second base. Third base, there's got to be liquidity. Like, what good is it if you have a big paper gain, but you can't actually convert it to like cold hard cash? So with liquidity, I want to see, you know, $1 million of volume in a week. That means I could get into or out of a position relatively easily. You know, I'm not going to get stuck with no bid, and then who knows what the investment's worth. And, you know, to knock it all in, I want 1,000% return in 12 months. Like, kaboom, you know, grand slam. So, you know, December, I recommended Bitcoin, 11 bucks, 266, corrected, now it's around 100, about 1,000% return. You know, 2,600% return if you kind of time the market well. Boom. Plenty of people could have made money in 6 months. A lot of money. You know, I just had dinner with a friend of mine, made 400 grand trading Bitcoin in this last 6 months. So he recognized the gain. He bought dinner too. It was nice of him. got a nice steak fajita. You know, then we have Litecoin. Litecoin, 7 cents in January, currently trading at $2.50. $1 million a week, $1 million a day of volume just on one of the exchanges. Grand slam, kaboom. You know, you can settle it right into Bitcoin. The next one, Satoshi Dice. I recommended, well, I didn't recommend it because personally I don't really like gambling sites. Don't invest in them personally, so I looked at it merely as in a financial analysis. Wrote up kind of a financial analysis on it. 373% return from the time I wrote the analysis up about 3 months later. So 3-month time period, 373% return, could settle in Bitcoin, boom, you know, people make money. So didn't quite meet the 1,000% return. Oh, only 373%, you know, in 3 months. Like, that's the laggard. It's the runt, right? You gotta have a runt, and then you kind of make up for it with ASIC miner. Now, I didn't personally recommend ASIC miner. Maybe I missed the boat on it. 8 months ago, trading at 8 cents US. Today, trading for $450. And it pays a dividend every week. Currently, the dividend's about $2 million US every week. Kaboom. It has a $180 million market cap, plenty of liquidity. You can move in and out of your position. The dividends get paid in Bitcoins, so, you know, private, and you can sell your shares for Bitcoins on the Bitcoin Stock Exchange. Boom. You know, 8 cents to $450. I mean, that's just absurd. You know, just absurd. I mean, we won't calculate it. It's so absurd. I mean, we're talking the type of thing where, like, if you'd put in $25,000, it's worth, you know, tens of millions now in 8 months. And that's what I'm talking about in terms of headwind and in terms of being with the current, you know. Sure, there are plenty of Bitcoin businesses out there that are scams. You know, one of the reasons I didn't really publicly recommend ASIC miner, could have been a scam. You know, you don't want to look bad. But, you know, you gotta shoot the baskets if you're going to make any at all. And to have 4 grand slams just in the last 6 months in this space, it just speaks to the amount of wealth that's being transferred to it and the amount of wealth creation that's happening within it.